Hi everyone and welcome. It's Lauren here at Acting Classes in Perth. This is episode number 96 of the Acting Classes in Perth Daily Show, the show where I'm here to answer all your acting related questions, 7 p.m. every single day here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live and Twitter simultaneously, plus our audio only versions now heading out to the iTunes podcast directory. You can search there for them by searching Acting Classes in Perth. And if you haven't yet joined me at one of my free 3-hour acting classes, I'd love to see you there. We've got classes for all levels and all amounts of experience and all ages, so don't think that you've missed the boat. Be sure to head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the link in the description of this video. I've got a bit of a tongue twister happening today. It's been a bit of a long day, but there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into today's episode and let's roll the intro. Today's question comes into us from Jasmine, but before we get to that, if you are watching us right now, be sure to give us a big thumbs up. I'd love to know you're there. Plus, leave a comment, ask a question, or simply say hello. And don't forget, stay tuned because at the end of this video, I have another student shout out. Well, let's listen to today's question, which has been sent in to us by Jasmine.
What should I expect from an audition and where should I look to find one?
Jasmine, thank you so much for sending in your question. Now, I'm going to start with where to find them. The best place to look for yourself being a beginner and or anyone out there who is just starting acting, I'd say starnow.com.au. That's starnow.com.au. That's a directory where you can put up a profile and filmmakers put up their profiles. Then when a filmmaker has an audition, they will list their audition, and if it matches your profile credentials, you'll receive an email, and then you can apply to audition for them. Now, StarNow is an amazing directory, but remember, like anything online, always be careful and just be aware. If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably a little bit dodgy, or if they ask you to do something that you're not comfortable with, don't do it. By the majority of auditions, though, they are 99.9% safe and totally reputable, but always just be wary with online directories. Now, the general process of an audition and what you should expect of one, Jasmine, is pretty simple, and for the most part, they're pretty much the same. So a day or a few days beforehand, you're going to reach out to the filmmaker and you're going to lock down an audition time. They're also then going to send you a small audition script or ask you to prepare a monologue. A monologue is just one character's dialogue, and you can search for that online if you need to find a monologue that they're not going to supply you, meaning, if you need to find one of your own, you can search for that online, or you can head on over to our website, actingclassesinperth.com/scripts, and you can see a selection of scripts that we have there that you can use as well for an audition. So once you've reached out, you're going to book in a time. They're going to send you an audition script and a casting brief. And that's how you'll kind of know a bit about the production and a bit about the character that you are auditioning for. Then you'll have a day or a few days to prepare your dialogue and to prepare your characters, ideally looking at maybe a few different ways that you can present that character and a few different versions of that character. And then when you get to the audition, make sure you're always early. You'll sign in. You may need to sign a bit of documentation because they do often film the audition so that the filmmakers can look back later on and see how you went. And, in the moment when they're actually there seeing, people go through, some people do kind of blend together. So it's good for them as filmmakers to have filmed it, and then they can go back later on and just review that as well. So what I would encourage you to do is wear something that's appropriate and professional, but it's going to make you stand out as well. That's a big help as well. And if you do get a callback, which is an audition where you go back for another audition, always wear what you wore to your first audition because it worked, and it's a visual psychographic clue or kind of relationship that they've already developed with you. So you'll get there early, about 15 minutes. You'll sign some documentation, usually just a release form. You might hand in a resume or a CV if you have one. If you don't, no stress. Then you'll have a seat. Then at some stage, a casting assistant will call you into the audition room. You'll meet the director or the casting director. They'll ask you a little bit about yourself. You'll tell them a little bit about yourself. Then they'll ask for you to talk about the characters that you have envisioned or how you kind of see the character. Then they'll give you some feedback on that, and then they'll ask you to do a performance. You'll then do a scene or a take. They will then give you some direction and some feedback and ask you to change a few things up and try this and try that. You might do maybe another 2 or 3 takes, and then at the end they'll ask you if you have any questions. If you do, you'll ask them, and they may have a few questions for you as well. And then they'll wish you all the best, and that's pretty much the process. Don't ever expect to get a callback after an audition. You go for the experience of the audition and know that it's a numbers game. So you got to go to as many auditions as you can to increase your chances. But sometimes they let you know through a text message or email that you didn't get the role. However, don't expect that, right? Just kind of go away from that audition going, well, it was what it was. You know, how can I learn from it? Don't sit there thinking, oh, I'm going to get a call, because often that just doesn't happen. And that's normal as well. Now, hopefully they do reach out to you and hopefully they say, hey, congratulations, you got the role. Or at the very least, they say to you, hey, come on to a callback. We'd like to see you again. And then a callback usually is a bit longer and you're going to do a bit more workshopping with the director as well. It's more like a workshop kind of directing space as well. Well, Jasmine, I hope that has helped you. And don't forget, very importantly, don't go to your first 10 auditions hoping to get a role. What you want is to go for the experience of learning what an audition is, what they want from you, the flow of an audition, the common questions they ask you, so that then you can refine those and put those into your answers before they've even asked for them, and then you look really professional. So you go for your first 10 auditions hoping to learn, not hoping to get a job from it. Jasmine, thank you so much. If you liked Jasmine's question, be sure to click the share button and help out your fellow actor. If you're watching us right now on Facebook or Twitter, be sure to like and follow our page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, simply click the subscribe button. Then be sure to hit the notifications bell next to it. And finally, if you're listening to us on iTunes, simply click subscribe. Plus, don't forget, head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free, or click the link in the description of this video to find out how you can be a part of my next free 3-hour acting class for beginners. We have a whole lot of fun. It's a free class. We definitely love to see you there. But before we go today, I have a shout out to an actor who I think has put a lot of time and effort in. He's a great guy to have a good laugh with in class. He's real focused. His goal is to get up and win Academy Award one day. And you know what? I think he just might. His name is Ashan. Ashan, well done, man. I've loved your growth and development, and I love the questions you're always asking in class, man. Keep focused, stay motivated. Most importantly, stay hungry for more growth and development, and I look forward to what you, my friend Ashan, are going to keep bringing out in the future. Well done, Ashan. Now, if you are joining us right now, I hope to see you again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another awesome question answered by me here at Acting Classes in Perth. Until then, stay safe and, like always, happy acting.